Abdi Nur,
Oh, college. We're going college. Your
college time.
guy. You've been a big Abdi Nur guy for a while. You
Yep.
started following Abdi basically when he got to NAU. Is that right?
Yeah, I mean, he has a crazy story. If you watch, I forget what episode in NAU Running with the Boys, the
Mm.
documentary we did
What?
following this team in 2019, the 1 year that they actually lost the NCAA title in cross country. Ironic, right? We follow them.
Mm-hmm. Shout out to Gordon.
The 1 year we choose to follow them is the year they lose. But whatever, they were a bunch of freshmen at the time. Abdihamid Nur was a redshirt freshman, and he has a crazy story about how he almost was going to quit running because
Mm-hmm.
he wasn't academically eligible after like 2 straight years of trying, and eventually he's like, I can't do it anymore, coach. Like, it's just not going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
Me running for NAU is not in my plan. And Mike Smith told him, no, you're going to do it. And he did it. And now, 4 years later, he's breaking the collegiate record. And he's probably going to have a great post college career. Is in line to have, I think he's setting himself up to run very well in his mid 20s and late 20s. And 13:06, that's a hard record to break. Henry Rono held it since 1978.
Yeah.
I feel like he probably had more in the tank, honestly. I feel like Abdihamid is going to probably run sub 13 in a year, if I had to guess. I think by end of 2023, he's going to run sub 13. But yeah, Abdihamid Nur, hell of a story, hell of a run. And his teammate, Nico Young, runs
Yeah.
13:11, which is number 3 all time now, right ahead of Cooper Tier. I mean, that's
Yeah.
crazy. Cooper Tier, when he ran 13:12, went
Mm-hmm.
on to get 4th at the trials. Nico Young
Yeah.
now is running
Yeah.
faster than that. You throw in Luis Grijalva from last year. Now NAU has the first, third, and fifth times ever run in college in the 5K. First, third, and fifth with Nur, Young, and Grijalva. Oh, and they also have 7th with Diego Estrada.
Different era. But look at that.
So,
Look at the all-time list.
crazy.
Like Rono was the holdout there, but you look at all those other marks, there's all recent until you get
Yeah,
down to
it's true.
7 with Estrada. Got 2013, but then you have 2022, then Alistair Craig 2004, then Morgan Beadlescombe, then Justin Knight. It's like you got these like legends interspersed with recent guys on this all-time list. I mean, it's crazy to me that Ches is 16th. I know he didn't run a ton of time trials when he was in college. So this performance in and of itself didn't shock me based on what he's done recently because we were talking beforehand. I said he'd be a trials threat. I know you were a little more cautious on throwing that out there. But if you had told me a year ago he was going to win 2 NCAA indoor titles and break the collegiate record, like if you had told me that, you, Gordon Mack, because you're the guy who goes and visits the school and then afterwards, like, they have 9 guys who can break the American record, which I get it. I do it sometimes too. There's a proximity bias sometimes with this stuff. But if you had told me that, I'd have been like, this is crazy. Like that's too much. Even from even being like big on obviously what NAU is capable of. Like his rise is remarkable. And you can talk about all the records, don't mean anything and the shoes and all that stuff. He's the best runner in the NCAA. With everybody having everybody's got all that stuff now. Everybody has the opportunity to run fast. Now we all get that. And he went to indoors and didn't just barely he kind of dominated both those races if you look at it. Like he definitely
They weren't
controlled
close.
both
Yeah.
those races. Like they were, big kid moves from way far out on both of those. It wasn't a fluke by any means. So I'm in a state of still kind of surprised just over the last year of what he's been able to do. I also saw he graduated last week too. So big week for him all around.
Yeah, and I did a episode on the NCAA track and field show talking about Bowerman projections. Now that he has a collegiate record to his name, like he is really set up to win the Bowerman, and he'll be the first distance athlete to win the Bowerman since Cam Levins in 2012. Because right now, Brandon Miller, Trey Cunningham, Randolph Ross, those are like the competition. And right now, I think Abdi could have 4 titles and a collegiate record that was held from 1978. It's
That's tough
a
to
long
beat.
held collegiate record. It's going to be hard for Abdihamid to lose it. And you mentioned he is graduating, or he graduated, even though he's
Graduated, yeah.
still probably. I think he has like 2 more years of cross country eligibility or something like that. It's something weird. I think he
Yeah.
does. I think he has 2 more years of cross country eligibility if he wanted to. Obviously, he's not going to use that. Um, he would be the favorite to
It,
win cross next year, but I don't think he's going to be doing it. So Mike Smith, once again, he loses Grijalva with you had an extra year. He's going to lose Abdihamid Nur. He lost Hobbs Kessler. He might now lose Colin Salmon if Colin goes on and runs incredible at Prefontaine. NAU, they get too good and then they lose all their guys to not get them for 4 years.